Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm gonna share with you a new company that we have never talked about here before, which might be another hidden gem. But before we get to that, let's talk about our stock picks. Our Luckin was quite volatile today again, from 11 something at the pre-market to the highest of 15 today, which was up and down around 30%. Maybe some of you might have gotten a little bit shocked by the pre-market action. It's not surprising, as I repeatedly mention how strong the wash sale is every time in the past, but it's good that some of you bought in after you watched my video at around 9 something or 10 something, so you are still in a comfort zone and you can be more calm and relaxed during the super volatile price action and not be shaken out by the big sell-off like this morning. This is why I like to get in a stock before the run-up, so we have a safe distance between our buy-in price and the current price, so we can always stay more calm and only make calm decisions. For example, we all know that QS was an extremely volatile stock, but because my buy-in price was only at 13 something, 14 something, so it went up and down many times, and every time with very strong wash sale, and it didn't create panic for me. It didn't shake me out, and in the end, I could take some nice profit at 100 something. And same with EH and WIMI. Because our buy-in price was quite low, so the short-term shaking would not likely create panic for us like today. So I think if we have a comfortable buy-in price for something like Luckin, we can be more calm facing the upcoming volatile price action. So today, Luckin was actually going through a big milestone. $13, it's a very important milestone. Not only it's the previous low, but it's also the 250 days moving average. So that's why you will see some resistance there. Plus the market was going down today, so it would also drive down Luckin. Now it may have some resistance at 13, but once it's passed and can hold above, I think we have passed a big milestone and we should have a blue sky coming after. So we need to watch out for $13 to see whether it can stay strong above there. And then as for our baby NEO, I said yesterday that the support of 59 is not so strong as 55, because 55 was the cost of the institutions, so it would act as more of a stronger support. So it can easily break the support of 59 and continue to go down. So if you have watched my video last night, you should not find it surprising today, and really there is nothing to worry about. It's still what we have expected. If you have not bought in enough, take advantage of the dip to slowly build your position. And if you have enough and you are having such a strong urge to sell and chase the other flying stocks, I suggest you to have a small part of your portfolio to do short-term trades. It's kind of like what I do, because I usually have 20% of my portfolio in short-term plays and options. It would be kind of a way to solve your itch. So today in the morning, I bought Nokia, ticker symbol NOK. I saw the nice breakout coming, so I made a quick order at the cost of 5, and then I shared it to the Discord right away. So I think some of you might have joined me in the nice run up. We should be up about 30% by now. I'm still holding at this moment. It's one of the short-term trades, and I'll decide when to sell it later. And yesterday I bought Workhorse, ticker symbol WKHS, at 29 something, and today it went up to $40. I worry that there will be a market correction, so I want to keep some cash, and I was quite happy with the 30% gain in just one day, so I sold my position around 38 already, but right now I'm still holding my RKT position. Now I want to point out that for my short-term trades, you don't have to follow me on the selling, because it really depends on whether you are happy with your gain. You might have your own price target on the stock, so my selling is only a reference for you, okay? Just the fact that I sold a stock does not mean that it's gonna stop growing. It just means that I'm happy with my gain in a short term, and I might have some other target that I want to get into during the dip. So I just want to point that out. Now today, we have a new stock that we have never talked about in this channel. It's actually a stock that our winner of Stock X, Joe, has required to do an analysis on, which is JinkoSolar, ticker symbol JKS. So JinkoSolar is a solar energy company. It was founded in year of 1998. It's one of the largest solar power manufacturers in the world, currently covering more than 100 countries, with the annual order of more than 8,000. That's some constant revenue streams, because usually this kind of service can provide long-term contracts, since they deal with governments in a way that is just similar, like Palantir. Working with government and big organizations usually means long contracts and high stickiness with the clients, because they usually don't like to take the risk of changing suppliers. I have mentioned before that unlike consumer products, this kind of new energy environmental products rely heavily on the government. One simple policy from the government can change everything from the whole industry. As I was going over their earning report, nothing is special that appeared to me. Actually, I think the most important information is this to highlight. The Chinese government proposal for the 5-year plan highlighted the renewable energy listed among the strategic emerging industries for the next 5 years. So that just means within these upcoming 5 years, solar energy would be one of the strategic industry for the Chinese government to support. As we all know, the EV demand is gonna go very strong in the next 5 years. So that's why they need the solar energy to support this demand for the EV as well. JINKO is the only Chinese company with the AAA credit rating, which is really the top level rating, and they have remained to be the top ranking of solar energy for years in China now. So they are for sure one of the top players of solar energy. So this is really integrating with the policy of the government. When you see this, it means basically you don't even need to worry so much about the company's debt, the liability, the financial situation, etc. Because as one of the leaders of the industry, they would for sure get a lot of support from the government, because it's their strategic plan, something they had planned out a long time ago, and it won't likely change anytime soon. Let's hear what Elon Musk has said in the past about Chinese solar energy and EV.
In 10 years, more than a half of new vehicle production is electric in the United States. And China's probably going to be ahead of that, because China's been super pro-EV. I don't think a lot of people know this, but China's environmental policies are way ahead of the US. Like, their mandate for renewable energy far exceeds the US. I think sometimes people are under the impression that China is either dragging their feet or somehow behind the US in terms of sustainable energy promotion, but they're by far the most aggressive on Earth. It's crazy. In fact, the coalition of Chinese car manufacturers just wrote the Chinese government to beg for them to slow down the mandate, because it's too much. They need to make 8% electric vehicles, I think, next year or in 2 years or something. They can't physically do it. So China's by far the most aggressive on electric vehicles and solar. But that's a common misperception that they're not. There's one Google search way to figure this out, by the way. It's really straight.
So he thinks China is way ahead of the game in terms of something like solar energy. And actually, China is one of the most advanced player in this. So it's not surprising that we find a lot of the Chinese solar energy company actually can supply to many other countries. I think this is the kind of ambition that Chinese government had a while ago, to have solar energy supply to the world. So they would have very good policy towards supporting this kind of solar energy industry, and companies would benefit from that a lot. So recently they have announced quite some good news. For example, their cell capacity would jump to 30 gigawatt this year as the world's largest facilities to accelerate deployment. I don't want to go too technical here, but it seems like they are doing something that sounds very easy, but really difficult to do because they actually need to go very integrated vertically with the supply chain to reduce the production cost with more automatic production in order to scale it up. This just means they are building their moat in the industry, which is improving their technology, increasing their production capacity, increasing their production efficiency, at the same time lowering the cost, making JinkoSolar more and more competitive advantage in this field. Also, the 2020 earning report is not published yet, but I saw that they have achieved 223 billion revenue, exceeded their estimate, and tripled from the revenue of 2017 with 20% year over year. So it's looking quite good. But with all these news recently, you see that the share price has been up and down in the same area since a few months ago already. So I think a lot of the good news accumulated in the past few months were not reflected in the stock price. So I think the potential breakout might be nice. And it makes me think the company could be actually undervalued right now. So far, I've had some short-term trades with solar energy companies. Like, for example, the Canadian Solar, ticker symbol CSIQ. I bought in at first at 23 and sold it at 40. And then I bought it back at 36. And I'm still holding it right now. And there is Sol, ticker symbol SOL, which I had bought in at 14 and sold it yesterday. So now, maybe for the next solar play for me, I might give it a try for JKS. All great companies need to have great fundamentals and great price. So I will look for an entry point to build my position over time. And I will decide later whether this is a long-term investment or short-term. If we end up buying JKS and have some profit with it, let's not forget that we should all say thanks to Joe for bringing this up to us. I knew this company for a long time, but I never took the occasion to dig deeper into it, and it doesn't sound bad to me. So if you have enjoyed my content today, please give me a big like and leave me a great comment. Thank you. That's it, guys. Hope you can find my video helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a big like. Thank you.